Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Katie Weaver Show here on 1 2 Radio. I am so happy to be here. I am back. You might have noticed, I've been gone. I'm going to tell you all about it. But I'm happy to be back. I want to let you know that we are over in the chat room. You can find it by heading over to 12radio.com. Click on the chat button, and you'll be redirected into the Facebook chat. And you'll see my banner there at the top of the page. And that's where some folks will be chatting. I'm also live streaming this event from YouTube and from Facebook, Katie Weaver, Domestic Mystic, if you'd like to find it that way. So that's what's up. All the housekeeping. How are you guys? It's been a weird, chaotic energy. Last week and this week. This week feels like right now we're kind of in this uncomfortable holding pattern that feels like it's just about to break open. So you might be feeling a little off, even a little anxious for no reason. Just that feeling when you feel like something's about to happen, some anticipatory energy, but you don't really know what. A lot of people are feeling that today, probably tomorrow. That'll break open by the weekend, but yeah, it's a little bit weird right now. That's okay. No worries at all. So, I am glad to be back. So, where have I been? I think you know. I've been at softball. Last week, we went to watch the girls compete for sub regionals, and they took second place. And the teams that they take two, so they advanced on to regionals. So then we were back the last 2 days to watch them compete for the regional championship, and they won. And it's pretty cool because the team that they had to beat to win it is our in-state rival, and they have beat us 6 times this year. We've never beat them once this whole year. They beat us 6 times going into regionals. And by the time you hit now regionals, if you lose, you're out. You're done. Go home. So, because this is postseason play. So, we had to beat Dawson. And we came out on Sunday really strong. We beat out the first team. They were a team called Bay College from Michigan. Beat up on them good. And then saw Dawson and beat the crap out of them. And I think what the final score was 14-6. Yeah. Yes. And everybody played really well. Mars played really well. So we came into yesterday as the top seed, but so Dawson had lost once. We hadn't lost at all. And you have to lose twice to be beat out. So we came into the first game, and guess what? Dawson beat the crap out of us. So we reset. These girls were absolute warriors. They never gave up. We got into the second game, 3 innings in, they were up 3-0. We just were really having a hard time making anything happen. We were getting runners on, but we just could not score. And one of our sophomores, remember this is junior college, so they're like the seniors. One of our sophomores hit a home run, a 3-shot home run, and that put us tied. And then one of our other sophomores hit a home run, and that put us up 5. And then Mars stole home, and that put us up 6. And we held them. So the fun thing, though, is that going into the 7th inning, we were tied. And so tied in the 7th, and then we had 2 outs, and they hit a long shot into right field, and Mars caught it to end the inning. So we went into extra innings, and that's where all the magic happened, and we managed to get up on them by 3. But they had last bats, so then they came back up to bat, so we were up by 3, but we just had to hold them, and if we did, the game was over. We were already in extra innings. And sure enough, there were 2 outs, and they hit a long shot to right field, and Mars caught it. So she ended both of those innings. So proud of her. She went 3 for 3 at the plate, which means she did well. So she hit 2 singles, 1 double, scored, and then was up to bat one more time where she got hit by pitch. So that means you get to take a base. So anyway, all in all, like really successful, really exciting to see them win and live to see another day. So They are the Region 16 or Region 13 champs. And now, tomorrow or this weekend, they will play super regionals. And since they won and it's their turn, they get to host at home, which is pretty cool. So, super regionals. And this is not with four teams like the other two tournaments have been so far. This is just with one team. It's a double header, best two out of three. So they'll play two one day. And if they need to, they'll play the third day or the second day to see who is the champ. If they win, they'll be getting on a bus and heading to Ohio, we think, or maybe Michigan, to head to the World Series. So they're getting close. So to Indianapolis, yeah, to the Junior College World Series. So whew, it's getting crazy. And when that happens, we're going to have to stay home and watch it on TV. I don't see us really making it to Indianapolis. I wish we could, but we've traveled a lot. We've chased these girls everywhere they've gone this year, but that's a little too far from my reach. So we'll have to just yell loud and watch it on TV like everybody else. But anyway, so there you go. It's been a very fun week. It's fast pitch softball. You guys know we're crazy for it, but one of the things about it to me is how inspiring it is to watch these girls be so freaking courageous. Yesterday, going into the seventh inning and tied and needing, or going into the eighth inning, I would be terrified to get up to bat, right? This is the moment that you have trained for forever. This is the moment that your team needs you to do your job, to come in big, to do everything you can to get scores. And I think that's terrifying. Even for parents, it's a little scary to see your kid get up to bat or have the ball hit their direction because, oh my God, And yet, it was just fine. They all did their job. They went to work. But I just think they're pretty freaking brave. When Mars came in home, she got clotheslined and laid on her belly on first or the home plate for long enough to make her mom a little nervous. But she's fine. Yes, the puppies have been traveling, Sid. They've been coming with us. And mostly staying in the car. It's not hot. It's not cold, but it's not hot. Um, and or being held by the girls who basically just adopted them as their team mascots. So every time they see us without the puppies, they're like, "Where's the puppies?" And somebody goes to the car and gets them because everybody wants to hold them. But yes, they have been little troopers and traveled with us quite a bit already, and they're hanging in there. We got home at about 3 o'clock this morning. So, yeah, very long day. They played the fields they were playing on yesterday were about 8.5 hours from our house, and they didn't wrap up until close to 6. Yeah, so we had a big drive in front of us and hit some really, really bad weather. Lots around Yellowstone, a lot of snow that wasn't there when we came through the day before. But the roads were a little scary. But luckily, Scott is a pro driver, so it was all well. But yep, those little boys have just been traipsing along, being real brave, being wild and crazy in hotel rooms. Anyway, well, let's take a look at a couple of things. I should have received Luminous already. It published, about an hour ago. So I just want to pull it up. I feel like I only missed one show, but I still feel a little out of practice, though we have missed Good News Only with Scott and Katie twice. And I apologize for that. I really don't like missing, but sometimes situations call for it, right? Okay. You want to see the babies? Hopefully Scott will bring them in. Hopefully he's hearing me. They're chilling in his office right now. I've been letting them come in my office while I record stuff, but then they get wrestling and playing, and oh man, they are sassy as hell. So hopefully Scott hears me and he'll bring them in. But I'll send him a message real fast. Maybe. How do you send a Facebook message? I might be a tiny bit tired. Okay, bring me puppies. How do you spell puppies? I'm going crazy. Oh, he already heard me. Okay. All right, you baby boys. All right. Well, here is Bruno. This is little Bruno. Bruno, say hi. Oh, he's such a good boy. This is the crazy kid that has the I don't know if he'll show us, but he has he's a polydactyl. He has extra toes. Oh yeah, he's kind of showing them off. Yeah. And he's just a super super duper good boy. And then oh, and here's his brother Luca. Here, Luca, say hi. Yeah. No extra toes for Luca. They are just such fun boys. All right, here you go. Thank you. Such good boys. Crazy boys. Waking up at 4 a.m. in hotel rooms to run and play and things like that. But hey, I'm not mad. I don't think that they've hated being the center of attention, to be honest. Okay. Well, let's see. I shared a couple of links to Luminous. Yes, I am a little tired for sure. Partly because of a late night, but mostly because those puppies in the hotel were getting up so early. At home, they usually sleep until 8, but whew, I guess probably I'm just a little more hyper aware of them, not wanting them to make a bunch of noise and bother other people. But, you know, it is what it is. I don't want to be that guy. People are like, who has puppies in here? I mean, it's not like they were snuck in. We were at a dog friendly hotel, but, nobody wants to be the asshole. Well, apparently some people do, to be fair, but I don't. All right. Well, I put a link in both chat rooms to Luminous. And of course, this is the magazine that I publish with some of my friends here in the 1-2 world. And want to just share that with you guys. So I went with cherry blossoms. We're getting there, right? Some of you guys probably already have your fruit trees blossoming. Mine are a little ways off still, but which is good because we still are having some snow and really cold days. And then some really warm days. And yes, I got some serious sun. And I promise I did wear sunblock, but not this week, but at the last games, I burned terribly. Like my forehead, my nose, my chin, and my cleavage burned terribly. I just, one of my medications makes me photosensitive, and this was with sunblock. So I did a better job the second week. And actually, this week it was really, really cold. So it wasn't quite the same, but yeah, I'm just going to have to take more and more steps to protect my skin, obviously, because the older I get and probably the longer I'm on this med, oh, I am burning terrible. Anyway, and so I called Luminous the Buckle In Edition because I just feel like May is just about to take off like a slingshot. That there's a lot happening. I don't think it's bad. I hope that didn't sound ominous. It wasn't intended that way. But there's just a lot happening, a lot energetically happening, a lot in the world happening. And I feel like just for all of us, things are just lots going on and it's good stuff. A lot of things to say yes to, I think. But in the meantime, you know, buckle up, eat your Wheaties, put on your big girl panties, lace up your tennies because it's going to get crazy. So that's good. Is crazy good? All right. Well, since I've been gone so much and just busy with a lot of things, I haven't paid much attention to what's going on globally, with the exception of Roe versus Wade, because my kids are very, very concerned and talking about that a lot. But to the degree that my 22-year-old son is seriously considering a vasectomy for now. because he feels like maybe that's the best way to protect himself and anyone that he, would be with. And maybe he's right. I don't know. It's just that, I mean, they are reversible, but that's still, I don't know, it scares me a little bit to think about. But I mean, it's his body, right? But because here in Idaho, not only do we not want women to get abortions, we don't want them to have birth control. So we have legislators right now saying that if Roe versus Wade is truly overturned, they will immediately enact legislation to ban IUDs and other forms of birth control that they deem to be immoral. Because I guess separation of church and state is just completely out the window at this point. And if Roe versus Wade is overturned, uh, it's not just about abortion, it's about privacy. It's about the privacy of women's health and women's health care across the board. I think people don't have a clue. They don't understand how much this really affects and how much it really protects for us. But they're not the only ones, Lillian, too. There's other states too. There's a bill out of Arizona right now that's threatening to ban condoms. Ban condoms? I don't understand. You don't want people to get abortions, but you also don't want them to have birth control. So what is this really about? Because it's not about babies. Yeah, it it's all really concerning. And look, if you don't like abortions, that's fine. Definitely don't get one. But to take away women's privacy in healthcare is really, really scary. And it's something that, whether or not, regardless of how you feel about abortions themselves, you should be paying attention to because this affects all of us. It affects our children. It affects us. I'm so worried for my daughters. So worried. So it's definitely something that's been heavy on my mind and that I've been keeping a close eye on. We'll see where it goes from here. I'm just exhausted by it, to be honest. I'm so tired of women having to constantly battle to maintain the rights we have. What the hell? What the hell? Anyway, Idaho passed an anti abortion bill just recently that makes it legal if you, for example, say your 14-year-old were to get pregnant or you're whoever, and that person got an abortion. The person who fathered the baby could sue you for $20,000. Their parents could each sue you for $20,000, and their siblings could each sue you for $20,000. Yeah. And somehow that actually passed and was signed into law. Now, it immediately has been, it's already in court. And the governor signed it and said, this bill is unconstitutional and it will never hold up in court. But I'm going to go ahead and sign it, because I want to get reelected. So he signed it. The attorney general literally said publicly it's indefensible and it will never hold up in court. He told the governor he had no intentions of, what were his words? Basically, he had no intentions of going out of his way to defend this bill because it's stupid and it won't ever stand. But imagine that your child gets pregnant. Not just pregnant like from a boyfriend, from a rapist. A rapist. Someone could rape you or your kid, and you or your kid could get an abortion, and then the rapist and their family could all sue you for tens of thousands of dollars. How the hell is stuff like this going down? How? But it is. And that literally passed and has been signed into law in Idaho. They also have been working on some kind of a bill to be able to chase you down in another state to block you from getting an abortion, as well as now there was So, in that abortion law that they signed, you still can get an abortion in Idaho if you are a victim of sexual assault. But if you do, you can be sued financially. We have our lieutenant governor is running for governor, and she is a real piece of work. And Idaho is well known for white supremacy in northern Idaho, and she's very cozied up to the white supremacists in northern Idaho. And she actually tweeted yesterday that the governor should immediately call an emergency legislative session to reconvene the legislature to force through an amendment to that law removing exemptions for sexual assault. So she wants you to carry the child of your rapist and be forced to. She also wants you to, if you go to another state and get an abortion, to be able to be criminally charged. I can't. I cannot with this ridiculous bullshit. I just cannot. I'm so over it and disgusted, I don't even know what to say. But I do know that we have to pay attention. And again, I don't care if you're pro choice or if you're pro birth. It doesn't matter at this point. We can all work together on topics like this because what we need to be is pro women and pro privacy to defend our own rights. Because what is next? Because this just keeps getting worse and worse. So, what's next? What's next? There are literally women in our legislature right now saying that they don't believe that women should have a right to vote. Like, what are we going to have to fight for? Hey, Jesse Bradford, you don't get to come into my chat room and solicit people for readings. I don't really know what you think you're doing, but you are out. Okay. Right? Yeah, I'm sure if the governor's daughter was raped, they'd think differently. Well, they'd get their abortion. They're rich. That'd be no problem. They'd figure it out. This is for all of the little people, you know? Anyway, I didn't plan today on talking about Roe versus Wade, but I guess it's really in my heart because there it is. But back to Luminous. I was reading some things this morning about what's going on in Ukraine right now. And I was thinking about this song by Emma's Revolution, Peace, Salam, Shalom. So I shared that in Luminous for you guys to listen to. It is, to me, one of the greatest current or modern day peace protest songs that I have heard. There's so many good ones from the 60s, but this is a modern one and it's a beautiful song. So I wanted to share that. Okay. She's back. Kelly's back with some big dick energy for this week. She was on a little break last week. She's been moving and just working her tail off and really needed a minute to catch her breath. But she is back. So she said she's calling this big dick energy because this week should give us a boost of confidence. And in other cases, it may just be a big jerky asshole. We're going to go on confidence here, I think. Too funny. And so let's read one scope from Bitch Scopes. Let's see. How's about Gemini? It's almost Gemini's birthday. Jupiter in Aries will transit your 11th house, highlighting your friends and aspirations for the future. You are likely to somehow expand your circle and your tribe during this time. Mercury will retrograde in your first house of self. How you present and express yourself to the world may undergo a shift. Sometimes these adjustments are necessary, so we are always authentic as we grow and change. Later, Mercury will back into your 12th house where you can take a nap, meditate, or just be alone. The full moon eclipse occurs in your 6th house of work and routine and, oh yeah, health. If you know me, you know this pertains to me oh so much. You cannot ignore symptoms of distress anymore, whether it is distress in your work environment, distress you cause yourself by being unorganized, or distress in your body. Take care of you. So there you go. I like that a lot. All right. So the full moon lunar eclipse happens on Sunday the 15th and into the morning of the 16th. Um, I thought we would wait and do full moon fairy tale tarot next week since it's just a day after. That just seems really, you know, it seems a ways out. So I thought we'd wait on full moon fairy tale tarot. But anyway, thank you, Kelly, and we are glad you are back. All right, my tip this week is about positive affirmations. Positive affirmations are a great way to keep your spirit up, keep your head up when you need some help. So affirmations should be positive. They should be in the first person. They should be 1 to 2 sentences, and they should be placed somewhere where you will see it frequently. Written out and put on the mirror in the bathroom or on the fridge or on your cell phone lock screen or wherever you want to put it. But this is how you do a daily affirmation. One of my favorite affirmations is a Louise Hay one. I am safe. It's only change. And as a Cancer, we don't do change super well. But I like that affirmation because it's a good reminder. I am safe. It's only change. And that comes from Louise Hay's Power Thought deck. When my mom had that deck and she loved it, and she'd always pull a card or two and then put them on her mirror as a reminder, some affirmations to remind her of, stuff she needed to remember. And the day she died, I found on her mirror the Power Thought card from Louise Hay. There were two, and one of them was, I am safe, it's only change. And it's a picture of a woman holding a suitcase, like she's just embarking on a journey. It was so perfect for her in that moment. And she was safe, and it was just change. It's been 10 years now, and it has sucked, but it's also the way it is. And she's been okay, and we've been okay too. But that affirmation just has a really special place for me. So, but think about if you need a positive affirmation, and you can sure ask me to help you if you want, and I'll help you put one together. But that's how you do it. Okay. The Kindred Spirits Energy Oracle reading this week is the Dolphin. So you can watch that, and Christy will give you a message. The Magic Monday message from Melissa, I inspire health. I thought that was a good reminder to all of us. How do you inspire health for you? Do you inspire health? Or are you, this is how I feel like I am right now. Just surviving, sliding in sideways, just doing what you can, and that's okay too. We all have our moments like that. But then again, how do you inspire health for you, for people in your home, for your community, for your world? It's something to consider. Okay. Heart happenings this week. Ginger gave us astrology readings. They're awesome. So signs for all of the, or a reading for each sign, as well as a manifestation angel, which I thought was great. So be sure you take a look at that. Got lots of stuff going on at True Crime Paranormal because crime never rests. Anita and the Masters Anita brings us Mother Mary this week. And then, of course, a new message from Jamie Dawn about the full moon eclipse. So definitely check it all out when you have a moment, and hopefully you'll find some gems in there that resonate with you. So there you go. It's true. Kelly McLean never holds back. Isn't she awesome? I love it. I love when she first named her show. When she named Scopes, Bitch Scopes, and then her show was, oh hell, I can't remember, Bitch something. It actually offended some people, and there were emails sent. I'll say that. But she's just reclaiming the word. She's letting us have it back. We're not going to let that be a word that's used to hurt us. We're going to let that be a word that empowers us. Be a big bitch. Be a badass bitch. Please do. We need you. The world needs a bunch of us, a bunch of you. We need a lot of younger badass bitches that are coming up through the ranks. Right? So go for it. Yes. Okay. So here's what I thought today. Talking to a lot of you guys over at One Two Listen that are way out of balance. Feeling out of balance in your bodies, your physical bodies, your spirit bodies, overall. Yep. I know, Lillian. Yes. Lillian needs to find a home. Can we all just work for a moment here to manifest that with her? She needs to find a home soon. Yes. Bitch splaining. Thank you, Kylie. And I named her the bitchstress of ceremonies. Or maybe she did. That was a thing we said for a while. She was the bitchstress of ceremonies. Yeah. You're right. It was bitch splaining. Love it. All right. Yes, Lillian, we are all focusing on that with you, manifesting a beautiful, beautiful new home for you that is as lovely and full of wonder as the place that you're leaving. How's that? You're very welcome. So I thought what we do actually is a full singing bowl balancing. So my bowls are literally like stacked around me. I'm going to play them all. So we'll start with the root and we're going to, I'll play that one first. And all I'm going to do is just play it and let you guys just breathe with that tone. So I'll tell you the tone and then I'm going to play the bowl. You just breathe with it and let it work its magic on you. It's all you have to do. And I'm going to go from the root all the way to the crown. So mostly using Tibetan singing bowls, also using a couple of crystals. You'll notice a couple of bowls that I have that are very tiny because that's all I have in that particular chakra. So, I don't know. It's probably time to upgrade a bowl here soon. That's what I was thinking about. I need a new third eye bowl. So that's what I'm on the hunt for. Alrighty, so go ahead and breathe with me. And fair warning if you're on a headset, this can be pretty loud. Sorry about it. Sorry, not sorry, I guess. All right, so we're going to start with the root. So all you have to do is breathe. Okay, now moving on to sacral. This is the chakra right below your belly button. It's typically orange. This is the center of sexuality, creativity, and joy. Okay. All right. So moving on to the solar plexus. And again, just breathe. Allow the frequency of the singing bowl to do its work to help balance your chakras. This is the solar plexus. It's above the belly button. It's yellow, typically about personal power, self-esteem, things like that. Good. Okay. All right. Moving on to the heart. Heart chakra, center of your chest, typically pink and green. Obviously, all about all of the relationships in your life. Okay. Perfect. All right. Moving on to the third eye. Center of your forehead, usually purplish, has everything to do with your intuition. Okay. All right. And the crown. Okay. So there you go. Oh, Lillian, she said, I swear I heard someone whispering during the third eye chakra. Well, perhaps you did. It's a good balancing there. And I know you've had your past loved ones on your mind a lot lately, you know? Maybe you had a message coming in. Sweet. Oh, this hair. I really don't like to do radio with wet hair ever, but you know, as you know. Definitely just doing the best I can right now. I'd be curious to know if anyone else noticed any shifts or sensations or work in any specific area. I love the singing bowl work. Yeah, Tiffany, we did miss the throat chakra. What am I doing? I knew when yeah, nope, you are correct. What in the actual hell? Okay, hold on. My throat bowl is extra tiny. But thanks for saying that. What am I doing? Okay, let's go back to the throat. I'm so glad you said that. We'd all be going around if everything else all wide open and balanced and our throats all messed up. Well, here we go. It's a high chimer. Perfect. Okay. Okay, so obviously, throat and third eye are bowls that I need to consider upgrading. Yeah. I used to have really big ones of both of those. That's why what I have now are these tiny ones. I had really big crystal ones, but they were too big for me to manage. I could not hold them up. Even the ones I have, which just about break my arm, I couldn't do it with the arthritis in my wrist and my hand. So I sold them, well, to buy Mars a new bat a couple of years ago when she needed one really bad. Yeah, and I'd always planned on replacing them, and I never have. But that's what I got. That's what I need to do. You know how it is. Yeah. Ivy said she felt her stomach kind of bubble up a bit when doing sacral and solar. Yeah, good shift right there. Yeah. Sid said she didn't have any particular shift, but enjoyed the balancing and really loved the resonance of the sacral bowl. The sacral bowl is so special. And I know I've told you guys about it before, but the sacral bowl is like 250 years old. It's really old. I ordered it from Nepal. It never came. And I paid a bunch for it and it never came. And I knew it was going to take a long time. So I wasn't particularly worried. And the seller, the person who sold it to me, they reached back out to me multiple times and said, I'm on it. Don't worry. It got returned at customs twice. By the time it finally made it to me, they felt so bad that it had been returned to them twice that they had added a whole bunch of extra stuff to the package, like cool stuff like a purse and a bunch of beads and a necklace and stuff, just, just to be sweet. And yeah, this is the sacral bowl. Oh, it's very dusty inside, but you can see the patina inside. And see, you can also see, it's hard to show you here, but you can see how in some places you can see the metals kind of wearing through. So you'll see like spots that are like where the copper is greening and things like that. And so it there's a big difference between bowls like this that are handmade versus the newer bowls that are machine hammered. So that one is hand hammered. This one is machine hammered. This is my sacral bowl or my crown chakra bowl. And it also has some really nice patina. And it also came from Tibet. But the difference is how thick it is. You can see along the rim how thick this bowl is. And it's because it's machine hammered, not hand hammered. they just don't sing as well. So this one, it's a great chimer. So, you can chime it and it has a great resonance, but it's not a great singer. It's going to make a liar out of me now. No, see? You can get it up and running if you give it a lot of work. But the difference between that one, and after many years of use, you'll start wearing it down a little bit and get thinner, and it will become a better singer. But that is versus this one that's thinner, that sings. Much bigger. And I don't usually sing them when we do meditations and stuff. I usually just chime them because it's more uniform. But that's the difference between the kinds of bowls. But to find really old bowls is a trick. And to know what you're getting is a trick. And then sometimes to get them from through customs apparently is a hell of a trick. But that's why I said that sacral bowl is always so powerful, because it is an amazing bowl. It's so old. It is hand done. Everything about it is right. Yeah. If you just go pick up a little bowl like at a metaphysical store that's just obviously it's not hammered. A lot of times you see them now that aren't hammered at all. They don't have any hammer marks in them. And try and play it. It is nothing like bowls like this. Nothing at all. And you'll go, I've always wanted a singing bowl. But then you play those and you go, I don't think this is what I wanted. If you cannot get the old hand hammered ones, or even machine hammered like the Crown one, that's a lot better than some of the ones out there, do a crystal bowl. Because the crystal bowls, they reverberate, man. They really sing. And it's a different bit of a tone, it feels different. It sounds different for sure. But they still do a better job than those little dingers, in my opinion. But I could actually go on and on about singing bowl stuff, because you guys know I'm a bit of an aficionado. I have quite the collection going. So anyway, but if you ever want to buy a bowl and you want to know if it's okay, I'll tell you that, believe it or not, a lot of my bowls have come from eBay. This has been years ago, so I don't know how eBay is on them now. But you could get them that they would play the bowl. You could listen to a file of what the bowl sounds like, and be able to look at all parts of it. And they could tell you typically how old it was or where it came from, and if it's hand hammered or machine hammered. Those are all questions to ask. So I haven't looked at them on eBay in a long time, but that's where I've gotten quite a few of mine. And then some of mine came from my friend a Buddhist friend of mine who is deeply connected with the Tibetan community and the Nepalese community. And they have an orphanage in Nepal where they save children in Tibet and bring them to Nepal. Because you may know that there is a genocide happening in China, and has been for quite a while, of the Tibetan people. And to fundraise for that school, they were importing singing bowls. And so that's where a lot of my older bowls came from. Yeah. Okay. Well, we better do this. It's time for our book. So, of course, right, Ivy? I know that bowl is something. To just sit with it and, like on the floor with it or in front of you, and just play it and meditate with it. Oof. And it sings for a long time, a really long time, which is wild. That's awesome. So, Tiffany said, lots of tingling in the feet. Really felt it in all of the chakras. Love the bowls. I could stay in that energy for hours. Me too, for sure. All right. So let's find our reading from Kathleen this week. So, of course, we're using her book, We Are Here for You. This is a channeled book from her archangels and other light beings. So, this whole year, we're using it as a bibliomancy tool to just flip to a page and let that be the message of the week. So, here we go. Artemis. It is time to know your inner self. I offer my services to assist you in realizing your authentic natural self. I will help you tune into your intuition and live your life from the power and wisdom which lie within. Know that you are valuable, and now is the time for you to live from that place of truth without fear. Men and women are each imbued with feminine power. It is the creative force. When you acknowledge that this is a truth within you, you can begin to access it and use it to your benefit and the benefit of all. It is an important period in the evolution of your earth plane, and the more humans who operate from their authentic self, the healthier it will be. Do not fear who you are. Know that you are needed now, and trust your intuition to assist you in following your divine purpose. You have much strength and power. Now is the time for you to live from that position. Know that you are safe and protected as you blossom into your true nature. Call on me, and I will assist you in this process. The world awaits you with your true energy and your gifts. Listen to your heart and go within to know the truth. Do not fear that you are unworthy. You have so much to offer, and now is the time to use your gifts and talents to the fullest. Know that you have much information to share, and that information is needed now. Do not fear the transition and changes which are happening now. Much is being brought into the light so that it may be made whole. The more the lower energies are brought into the light, the less power they have. Stand tall in who you are, as you are an integral part of bringing light to your earthly plane. Live in your authentic self and allow your wisdom and intuition to guide. Share your knowledge and light without fear. The more authentic that you can be, the more you will help at this time. Call on me and I will help you. I will send you love and blessings, and I see you taking great strides to be the person that you are. Keep up the motion and know your own powerful self. So there you have it, Artemis from Kathleen. I love that. I think that's a great message for us right now. Probably exactly what we needed to hear. So there you go. Maureen, huge congratulations to your daughter. I can't believe 4 years have already gone past. Her daughter Meg is graduating with her bachelor's degree. Way to go. Very cool. Yes. Oh, Ivy, why are they so expensive? So singing bowls are the traditional ones are 7 different metals that are melted together into a round. It's how they used to make them. They would melt 7 metals together into a round disc basically and then hammer it into a bowl. And those metals are expensive. So that's why. Also because we import most of them from Nepal or Tibet, and that's mostly Nepal, and that is really expensive too. So that is why. Alrighty, you guys. Well, this is it. So we have done what we do. We've talked down to the end of the show. I want to thank you for being here with me. I want to remind you that I am a professional psychic advisor over at one2listen.com. You can find me over there every day that I'm not running around, but I'm back. and even then, sometimes, yeah. And if I can help you with anything, please let me know. This has been the Katie Weaver Show here on 12 Radio, where we're changing the way you listen to the world. Thanks for being here.